So your highness is finally up from the bed. Good thing that you realize that you have responsibilities to fulfill. He said, looking at you, who walked inside the kitchen before pulling out a chair and sat on it. I woke up half an hour ago and was getting ready. Ugh, what a boring life I have. I don't even have time for myself. Absolutely correct. It's not easy to manage everything after wasting hours scrolling through the phone, he said sarcastically while you glared at him before checking out what he cooked in breakfast. You closed the lid of the serving pot and looked at him. Vegetable soup and egg toast again? No. He frowned, lowering his cup. Why, what's wrong with that? You know I don't like eggs and vegetables. He got up and served the food on your plate. You always hate things that's going to benefit you. Finish it all if you don't want to eat the same in all your 3 meals for a whole month. You looked at him. And you always hate doing things that I told you to. You took the spoon from his hand and started eating while he smiled slightly and sat on his chair. I wish you could see that I always do what's good for you. Anyways, you'll understand it one day, he said, wiping the corner of your mouth. Now finish quickly, we are getting late for college. I wish I could be a professor and you as a student. Then you'll understand the struggle. He looked at you and sighed. As if I became a professor without becoming a student first. If you truly wish to become a professor, you have to study honestly and not just focus on graduating from the university. I don't want to become a professor anyways. I will be my own boss. Start my own clothing store. Just wait and watch. He gave up and nodded because he already knows your dreams and he's ready to support you in every way. Although you are not even an average student in the university, but you are good in what you want to be in the future, and that's enough for him to get a reason to support you. He would be the happiest man to see his wife achieving the heights of success. Wine, look what I got for you. A friend of yours came near your seat and passed you a sketchbook while sitting beside you. Oh my goodness, where did you get these? This is so beautiful. I can't believe these are handmade designs, you said, looking at her surprised while she smiled and winked at you. You said you want to start the clothing line from pajamas, so I was going through the sample designs you sent to me when my neighbor visited my house and she somehow took a look and guess what? What? You asked her, getting impatient. She liked those sample designs and then she asked me if I'm in a fashion school, so I explained everything to her. Turned out she's a fabric painter and she asked me if she could show us some samples. You covered your mouth. Oh my god, this is so good. Can you ask her if she's interested in working with us? I casually asked and she says she won't deny the offer. You both hugged each other in excitement and happiness when you heard someone making an annoying sigh. Some people can never grow up. Seriously, so disgusting and annoying. You both ignored her, but she was in the mood to pick up a fight, as always, being the meanest human being you have ever seen. What's so good in the drawing of these tiny flowers and petals to be so excited and crazy about? Look, what you are dreaming about is also going to be ugly and waste like you. This time you completely lost it. She has commented about your clothing store before too, as you and your team works on it on weekends, so people in the university are quite aware of it. You took the sketchbook from her hands and came near her. Don't you think you are just too mean to be a human? Seems like you really don't see yourself in the mirror because you are the ugliest one here. She unfolded her arms as she got offended as some of your classmates laughed at your comment for her. What? What did you say? You heard me already, you ugly face. Ashley knew you were up for something. She tried to stop you, but now you have already made up your mind to have one-on-one with Tina. Wait, today you are gone. I'll tell everything you said to me to Professor Jungkook. He will see you. You grabbed her hair. Sure, you are free to tell him because what else you can even do, right? Yeah, you idiot. Leave my hair. You pulled her down because you are already angry on her as she always stick around Jungkook, and just because she is the top student here, she misuses her power and she's kind of his favorite student too, which you hate. Let's see how your Professor Jungkook will save you, and also, stop sticking to him like a bug. You are just disgusting and annoying. She was struggling to free her hair from your grip while you were pulling her down even more. Why leave her? You are in a class. If Professor will come, you will be the one in trouble. I don't care. She has enough of her. I can't let her disrespect my work anymore. I'll sue you. Leave my hair. She winced in pain while you were not ready to leave her. Everyone was just watching from their seats. What's happening here? His voice echoed in the classroom and everyone got attentive. He walked inside when he saw the scene in front of him. You let go of her hair while all her hair messed up. Jungkook looked at you. What's going on? What's with this behavior? Mr. John, look what she did to me. I was telling her to stop, but she didn't. He looked at you. Is this why you came to college? To fight? What's wrong with you? Is this how you behave in the class? She started it first. She always starts the fight. I didn't even touch you. You are the one physically hurting me. Stop lying. Mr. John, you can ask anyone if I even touched her. Jungkook looked at the students, but they all were silent. Because you are not the type to listen simply, I would have pulled out your scalp. Wyan, enough. What kind of words are you using? Then why aren't you saying anything to her? She always comments on me and anything related to me. Just because someone is good in studies and is teacher's favorite doesn't mean they have the right to look down on others. Especially her. I will still do the same if she again try to mess up with me. Did you see, Mr. John? She is not even respecting you and talking so disrespectfully. She's like this only. She tried to bring you down getting a chance. You haven't seen the real game yet. Don't worry, next time you will never dare to say anything. Wyan, come to my office right now. He ordered the class to be quiet while took you with him outside the class. He was really surprised because he knew you are kind of a bossy girl, but this was something you never expected. He stopped and turned towards you. What was that? What were you trying to show her? You are not so good in studies. I still ignored that, but now you started to pick fights too. She was the one who started. Why are you only seeing my fault in it? Do you think I would just do that for fun? Did she hit you? Did anyone supported you there? Why are you downgrading your image? And you also think that I am the reason, right? I am the one who was wrong. I am not saying, but do you have proof? If she is troubling you, then come to me. I will take action. You don't have to start the violence all by yourself. Fine, don't trust me. Yes, I'm wrong because she is your favorite student. How can she do anything wrong? I'm the dumbest, so obviously I'm the one who is wrong. Wyan, I'm not saying that. Before he finishes, you walked away from there in anger. He sighed. God, It's so hard to convince her. He walked after you. You came back in the class, but you didn't even look at Jungkook for the whole time. His eyes were falling on you again and again because he knew you would be mad because of this, but he wasn't even wrong. He reacted to what he saw, and except Ashley, no one took your side. She didn't hit you also, so how could he even say anything to her? Still, he told her not to say anything to you from the next time. Ashley put her hand on yours and squeezed it gently. It's okay, you did a good job at teaching her a lesson. Forget about anything else. You didn't say anything and shifted your eyes to Jungkook, but also looked away when you saw him looking at you. Tomorrow I'm going to take a test of whatever I have taught today, so you all better not ignore it and do revision because it's going to add in your finals. The class got over, and before leaving, Jungkook looked at you for the last time, and you knew he's looking at you, but you didn't look back, so he finally walked out of the class. Jungkook drove the car and stopped near you because you left from the college without telling him. You always go home with him in his car, but today, because of that incident, you seemed a little mad at him. He lowered down the window and looked at you. Are you not going to come in? You didn't say anything and continued walking. Let's just talk about it in the car, Ryan. Don't be angry now. You decided that you're not going to talk to him in any way. Jungkook knew you won't listen to anyone once you're angry, so he stopped the car and came out of it before making you sit inside the car despite all your struggles. Don't make people think that I'm kidnapping you. No one will believe if I say that I'm just trying to get my stubborn wife inside the car. He picked you up and opened the door with his other hand before making you sit in the passenger seat. He closed the door and came inside from the other side. How long are you planning to be like this? You turned your face to the other side while he sighed and started the engine. You were not mad but angry and heard that he didn't even listen to the whole thing. Just because you hit her first and caught in that situation, he decided to speak in her favor. Not only this time, but she has commented on your business and what you and your friends are doing several times. And what you did to her, you're not at all sorry for that. But the look she gave you today after Jungkook favored her, you felt so insecure after that. After coming back home, you went straight to your room and didn't come out for hours. Earlier, Jungkook was busy with some work, but when he came back in the living room, he realized that you were in your room the whole time. Now how will I be able to make up for it as a husband? He sighed and walked towards your room. It's okay, let's just not talk about it. Wasn't it obvious that he's gonna scold me because she played the victim card and no one even supported me? You were on a video call with Ashley as she was so worried about you, but now that you guys talked, her worry faded away. Okay, I have other news. I'm listening. You said putting the laptop on the mattress and grabbed your bag before taking out the sketchbook Ashley gave you in the class. My neighbor, she's free for a few days now because she's going to Australia for an exhibition. Do you wanna meet her? We can ask her about all this stuff. Really? It's so great if she's available. Let's meet tomorrow. Then there was a knock on the door and Jungkook called your name from the other side, making your eyes widen. I'll call you back later, okay? My dad is calling me. You quickly ended the call and sighed because it would be a trouble if she hears Jungkook's voice. Ryan, open the door. You got up and again made a straight face before walking towards the door and opened it. What are you doing in your room all alone? he said, giving you a cup of coffee which you took but still didn't reply to him. He then walked near your bed and his eyes fell on the sketchbook. He looked at you. Whoa, are these your designs for the collection? You remained silent, so he finally cut the crap and came to the point. Ryan, the way you behaved there and what I saw. You seemed strong at that moment. I told you that if she bothered you, you should have come to me. I would handle the situation, but you never listened to anyone. Come to you? For what? You will obviously gonna favor your favorite student, right? You finally burst out. Why are you keep on saying favorite student? I don't discriminate and I did what I should at that time. You were not even good when I was there. That's because I was hurt that even you weren't believing me. She's so insulting and always comment on me and my friends. Say stuff to my business and literally the meanest girl in the whole campus. Yet you spoke for her and didn't believe me. Who said I didn't believe you? But did you give me time? You started physically hurting her and she used this excuse to save herself. If you knew it was an excuse, then why did you believe her? Why did you say things to me only? You should have spoken for me because I'm your wife. He knew you were going to cry anytime, so he came near you and pulled you in a hug. I'm sorry, okay? I'm really sorry for doing that, but that time I was a professor. I can't discriminate against students and I told her not to bother you, I swear. If something happens again, come to me. I'll speak for you. You broke the hug and looked at him. No need. I can fight for myself and I'm saying this because I can't let her disrespect my work. Just because she's better in studies doesn't mean I am less. In fact, I hold more potential than her. Exactly. People gonna come and go. Some will appreciate you, some will try to find faults in your work even if there's none, so ignore the negatives. I trust you and you will make everyone proud one day. Just keep going and prove them wrong with your success. You hugged him while he smiled and wrapped his arms around you. Thank you. What a simple way to thank. Do I only deserve this? You broke the hug and looked at him confused. What are you talking about? He pouted and looked to the other side and you knew what he's asking for. You chuckled and stood on your toes before pecking on his lips. Is this enough? He looked at you. Really? After all that silent treatment, do you think this is enough? Before you understand anything, he picked you up in a bridal style, making you giggle. Let me lighten your mood that your stupid professor ruined, sweetheart. He made you sit on the bed and started tickling you while you were laughing like a child. Stop, it's tickling. And then he started to shower you with kisses.